So a little news from Howie Roseman on what the hell are the Eagles going to do this offseason with 3 first-round picks, the draft, and obviously having a little bit of cap space to pretty much, have some flexibility and see what moves we can make. Now, as of right now, from Howie Roseman's press conference from the Combine, it looks like he has hinted on one position that is a top priority, and that is getting to the quarterback, which means we are going to add to our defensive line. Okay, at this point, with our defensive tackles with Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Milton Williams now, you need to add some more edge rushers and help out this middle pass rush. Okay, Derek Barnett is walking in the free agency, and Brandon Graham is coming back from an Achilles injury that we don't know if he's going to be productive next year, because those Achilles injuries at a high age are not great. Josh Sweat gets a new contract last year, and, I need him to produce a lot more, and I think he will. We just need more of a better rotation, and we need to get to the quarterback badly. So this is what Howie had to say about the top priority. So he said, you want to get pressure on the QB. We never got enough pressure on the quarterback. It's a priority for us. I'd be very surprised if we didn't do something there. Okay. A million things go through my head right now, which I think number one is going to free agency and go getting Haasan Reddick. Is definitely my number one, because he could play linebacker, he could play Sam linebacker, and he could play defensive end, pin his ears back and let him be disruptive and help this pass rush badly. Or you go into this draft and there are so many pass rushers in reach. And I think at 15, 16, you have, obviously 19, you have you have a second round pick. I think they're 52, 56. I forgot what they are in the second round, but there's so many pass rushers out there at this point. Like David Ojabo would be more realistic. You have to move up for Thibault from Oregon, obviously. You have Jermaine Johnson, Karlaftis. I mean, you have a lot of pass rushers. We need a edge rusher, a number one edge rusher that is going to put pressure on the edge, and that is going to help this middle pass rush so badly. We really need this. Like I said, at this point, I like Thibault. I like David Ojabo, probably my 2 top defensive ends right now, because obviously Aiden Hutchinson's going to be a top 3 pick at this point. So I think that's more realistic for us where we stand, where you may have to move up for maybe Ojabo. Maybe he gets past, the top 10. I'm not really sure, but obviously you have a couple other teams you could trade up. You could trade up, with the Jets at 4. You could trade up with the Carolina Panthers. I think they're at 6 or 7, something like that. There are, as much as we can get somebody on this roster, there are some trade-up candidates as well, which we'll definitely talk about in another video and other rosters. But I love that Howie did say this. I'm glad. You got to sign somebody long-term in free agency, and I think you can literally, you could turn your defensive line into a monster this year in 2022. You add Haasan Reddick, and on top of that, you go draft another defensive end. That's going to be a highlight for years to come. And I think there are at least 3 or 4 guys, defensive end-wise, pass rush-wise. You're going to get someone really good, and you're going to get somebody that's going to bend around the edge and really help Javon Hargrave get off these double teams and help Fletcher Cox, be a better player, because we are struggling right now. Really, ever since week 5 or 6, Fletcher Cox before that was getting doubled a lot. And then once teams started to notice that Javon Hargrave was more of a threat on the field, they started doubling him. And we really didn't see much from him. He had 8-9 sacks for the year, which was great. It's not all about the sack numbers, but, man, we have to get pressure, because if we can at least get pressure with a 4-man pass rush, you won't have to blitz that much. But still in this league, you do have to blitz. That's why Jonathan Gannon, to me, shouldn't be the defensive coordinator, because he really made some poor decisions. But I guess we'll have to give him another chance in year 2 as defensive coordinator. So I really like that we are going to be eyeing defensive ends. We want to get this monstrous pass rush back in Philadelphia, and I'm so excited for it. Obviously, this team has to stay healthy, and like I said, our defensive tackles need to be free, and I think that's what's more important right now. So I'm excited to see what happens. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And before that, it could be defensive end, but it could be, Jordan Davis from Georgia. It could be, they could draft him. They could draft Jordan Davis and, a defensive end. You never know what they could do, or Ojabo or whoever at this point. So I'm not saying defensive tackle is definitely not a huge need, but that edge needs a lot of help. And I think this is the perfect draft. And we're in the right spot, perfect spot to go draft one of these top-end edge rushers. I'm so excited. You guys let me know. I'll see you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.